Folders are amazing, and this is a really great tutorial. First off, on my home screen, I have a grocery list. These are all basic essential staples for the Kaiser home, and I do not want them on my home screen. I like to keep my home screen clean. So I want to put them into a folder because I'll be grocery shopping later during the week. I go on the bottom here to folders, and using the floating action button, I can create a new folder called groceries. If I return back to my home screen, there are 4 ways you can get a note into a folder. The first 3 are manual, and the 4th one is automatic. Let me focus on the first 3. Honeycrisp apples. I can swipe left, and I can add that note to a folder. The only folder that I have populated here is groceries. It's the only folder I have. And you can see that the Honeycrisp apples note took on the groceries folder. Another way to do this, if you'd like to do it in bulk, use the pencil edit on the top right, use the radio button to multi-select, and on the bottom, add to folder, groceries. One other way to do this is by actually going into the note itself, choosing the add to folder chip, and adding it manually. Because this is a demo, all of the notes on my screen are for the grocery list, so I'm going to do this in bulk. And now I have all of my groceries in the folder. If I go to my folders, I see my groceries is populated with 12 notes, and I go into that folder and I can see all the notes. One word of advice, a best practice, is not to make your home screen a disaster. The way that we achieve that is by archiving. So if you right swipe, you can archive any notes that you do not want to be visible on your home screen yet remain in your folder. I just archived Honeycrisp apples and a case of Pellegrino. There they are, but they're no longer on my home screen. I'm going to select all, archive all, and now my home screen is clean, and I know I have a groceries list in my groceries folder. What else can we do with this folder? Okay, this is amazing. On the folder screen, where you are here, there's a floating action button on the right, which reveals another menu. That gives you the option to add a note directly into the grocery folder if you choose that. You can rename the folder. You can just delete this folder. If you delete a folder, all of the notes in the folder will go into recently deleted. You can share. Sharing is an amazing feature. If someone else shares Crush, you just need their email, add them as a member, and this folder will be shared with them. Amazing for coordinating tasks on which people work together. Also, there is a settings. Now, this is really cool. Because we're focused on productivity, efficiency, and reducing friction, you can turn this folder into a checklist folder. That means after you turn it on and you go look at your notes, they've all adopted a checkbox. This is awesome. This creates task lists. And when you complete a task by checking it off, it will relegate to the very bottom of the entire list. So eggs from Costco, let's say. I'm going to check off that note and I'm going to find it at the very bottom. If you want to uncheck it, you can just uncheck it and it will return it to its active state. Back into the settings, there is one more feature here that's really important. Will save everybody a lot of time, and that's adding an alias. What's an alias? An alias is another name for the folder. So for instance, this is a folder named groceries. AI sometimes doesn't get it right, and over time it will continue to improve. But since we do not train a model, it needs to figure it out every single time that you say it. So if you say it with a little bit different accent, or you just say it a little bit differently, the AI might interpret it as a different word. If you continually find yourself saying groceries, but the AI produces grow series, that means the app knows if the transcription is grow series, then it will put it into this folder. How does it get into the folder? Okay, let's take a look. Let's go back to our home screen for a second. Every time I want to add something to my groceries folder, I either have to say it and then manually move it, 3 different ways I just described, or the 4th, which is automatic. And that's by giving your audio a command. And the command is folder, the name of your folder, and whatever you want to put into that folder. So let's choose another extremely important staple for the Kaiser household. Folder, groceries, pistachio gelato. When I say that, you can see that the folder name was automatically detected as groceries, assigned that note to that folder, and I do not have to manually move anything. I can archive this off my home screen. When I'm ready to go shopping, I can go to my groceries list and I see right at the top my pistachio gelato. Actually, the pistachio gelato that my wife likes. Lastly, when you go to the groceries folder, you have the option of printing and exporting. You can print to PDF, you can export to text. This is great if you want to take your data and put it into a secondary program like Excel and do some more data analysis. You can create as many folders as you want. There's no restriction. The folder feature is very powerful. We are continuing to make it more powerful, and especially with the sharing feature between Crush users, it makes it an incredible task management and collaboration tool.